and I are only 2 years apart, so I'm sure most of you understand what two boys growing up so close in age means. We spent a lot of time having fun together, but there was also a lot of sibling rivalry. I think our dad described their relationship best when he said that Josh and I are the only two people that could turn chess into a full contact sport. But unlike Anita and Eric, believe it or not, I can only remember getting into one fight with Josh growing up. It lasted for about 9 years. And my mom likes to refer to it as World War III. Anita, as you and Josh embark on this journey together, I think it is critical for you to understand what made Josh the man you see tonight. So I'm going to share with you, actually all of you, some stories that will hopefully explain how Josh became the man that he is. Anyone here tonight that knows Josh probably understands that he has an uncanny ability to crack codes on everything from video games. Growing up, we had I'm sorry?
Yeah, please.
Yeah, please. We're going there. Okay. Growing up, we had satellite television, but my parents had blocked certain channels which they deemed inappropriate for 11 and 13-year-old boys. Please, use your imagination. Anyway, the satellite company had a 4-digit code that would block certain channels that they didn't want us to see. Josh was determined to crack the code. Josh has always been a wizard with numbers, and in 4th grade he decided to devote his entire April vacation to unlocking the satellite code. 2 days into vacation, I can still vividly remember playing basketball with some neighborhood friends outside when Josh came screaming out the front door, "I did it! I did it!" We all knew what he meant, and my mom had no idea why every kid in the neighborhood was sleeping over.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Unfortunately for Josh, the story does not end there. Our parents, being self-employed, certainly instilled the entrepreneurial spirit in both Josh and I. We would sell lemonade in the summer, shovel snow in the winter to make a few extra bucks. I was always happy with a few dollars here and a dollar there, but not Josh. Josh had bigger dreams. I knew he was up to something when he no longer wanted to take part in the weekly chores around the house, which meant he would forfeit his $3 allowance. Finally, the reason for Josh's loss of interest in his $3 allowance was brought to my attention by a classmate at Hebrew school. I will never forget little Izzy Rosenberg telling me Josh had started recording the adult movies from the satellite and began a video rental business. Josh was known in our synagogue as the kosher XXX video man. Josh would charge a flat $5 rate and tack on additional fees for late returns. He was making a killing. That is until he got caught, and my parents soon shut his business down and liquidated his assets. After that, my parents started changing the satellite codes on a pretty regular basis. When Josh was finally released from house arrest, he did end up making his way back out to the lemonade stand to help me. And actually, Josh has always been there to help me. Let me share with you another family secret. Without Joshua's math skills, I would probably not have been able to graduate high school. Unlike Josh, math is definitely not my strong suit. After my freshman year, I was forced to repeat Algebra 1. My teacher, Mrs. Roller, concluded it was in my best interest to build a strong foundation before moving on to more difficult math classes. During my senior year, Josh's sophomore year, we ended up in the same math class. Because Josh had tested out of an entire level of math. To my surprise, Mrs. Roller was our teacher. Being in the same class as my little brother was very humbling. To make the situation worse, I knew that I had to pass this math class in order to graduate. I also knew that Mrs. Roller was not scared of failing me because she had already done that once before. Josh ended up being my secret weapon. As the year progressed, the level of difficulty increased, and Josh began helping me with everything from homework to studying for exams. I managed to make it through most of the year with a C- average, but going into the final, I learned that if I did not score 80% or higher, I would not be able to graduate. Josh knew this too, so he offered to sit directly in front of me during the final and hold up his exam anytime I kicked the back of his chair. Needless to say, I kicked the back of his chair more than once. Our teacher was really surprised when I scored a 97%. With help from Josh, of course. A week later, I received my diploma with a handshake and a smile at graduation. That's just one example of what Josh is all about. He was willing to risk his own future to ensure my success. Josh's love and commitment to his family, and especially to me, his big brother, is both profound and unique. Anita, I am confident that Josh will demonstrate that same kind of love and commitment as your husband. I hope that from my stories you've learned that Josh is innately smart and creative, but more important, I hope that you have learned never to be afraid to kick the back of his chair when he's going out. But if he starts asking you for satellite codes, I wish you both a lifetime of love and happiness together. Let's all raise our glasses now.